Now to steroids as the national shaming of wrestling continues, with pieces that are pretty devastating to Hulk Hogan in particular. Even worse, Lyle Alzado coming out as dying from steroids is turning into a nightmare for the WWF, with the angle becoming that Alzado actually glorifies their use, even as they kill him.
Who's that again?
Lyle Alzado? I want to say he was a football player.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
I was going to ask you. Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you. It's like, wasn't he a football player? And I think he turned actor at one point. He was a Raider. How do you not?
I don't know a lot of those old ones like that. Can you tell me Cleveland Brown from the 70s right now off the top of your head?
Brian Sipe.
Who the hell's that?
The quarterback from Red Right 88. I don't want to talk about it.
I believe that was the 80s, though. I'm sure it's
was
it? I'm pretty sure it was the 80s, yeah.
Man, I don't know.
It's too early in the morning. I don't know.
Yeah, Red Right 88, that 1980 playoffs. Okay, so he did play in the 70s, so I was kind of right. Either way, getting back to this. Yeah, so steroids here, man. The message coming from his life is that he would have been too small to play football and succeed, and the steroids were a necessary part of the game for him. The same message appears to cover over to the wrestling world. Oh, man. I don't know much about, obviously you and I don't know much about Lyle Alzado, so he can't comment on that part of it, but
I can picture his face now.
He's a big burly dude, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So he was a defensive end, so he looks like every defensive end you've ever seen in your entire life. So, speaking of Hulk Hogan, he's expected to appear on the Arsenio Hall Show this week and smooth things over with a public apology. I can't possibly see how that could go wrong. Arsenio Hall, the guy from Coming to America.
Yep.
Is that what most people would remember him from that I can throw out there?
That's all I can remember him doing out of any show, so yeah.
Yeah, I know he did other things. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. That was it. And Arsenio Hall was like the cool talk show back in the 90s. Like, everybody went on Arsenio. Yeah, they all barked like Cleveland fans. I think it started, I want to say he was a Cleveland fan. That's why that started. But I could be wrong, but I think I heard that somewhere. Either way, yeah, it's, people that don't know what we're talking about, what we're getting at here, is on the show, he was like, I never did steroids. No, not me. And then it came out later, it's like, yeah, you did. And, like, it's you can't argue that you did. Like, there's evidence. And he's like, my bad, brother.
I think he said the word basically like 27 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I never did see the whole interview. I just saw that little clip where he's like, I never did steroids. And it's like, okay. And by the way, I know that there was a stigma around them, but when Hogan did steroids, we got to put in context, they were legal.
Yeah, clearly he didn't abuse them like everyone else because, unfortunately, everyone else at this time is dead. And I hate saying that, but it's true.
But, hey, who's our favorite reporter, Greg? Besides, obviously, Uncle Dave. We got to talk about him. No, even more favorite than him. He's in the top 3, though.
John Stossel?
Bill Mushnick. Oh. This guy,
man. That asshole. He may be worse than Uncle Dave, actually.
Maybe. Yeah, this guy, he's not even like, at least Uncle Dave occasionally hits a fact. Like, he spray shot and hits a fact every now and then.
Also, keep in mind, like him or not, Meltzer watches the product at least, too. So, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, Phil Mushnick might see a clip here and there and be like, and he'll just, whole cloth make up a story. Just with complete fabrication of everything. But either way, Phil Mushnick launched a scathing piece in the New York Times against the WWF, where he basically called out the media for buying into the Vince McMahon propaganda about the wrestling resurgence, which in reality didn't exist at this time. He then offered even more scathing criticism of former WWF hangers-on like Dick Ebersol, who were more than happy to play into the Vince line of BS when it made him money, but then ran away from serious coverage of wrestling when the Dr. Zahorian story broke. I mean, I don't think that was why. I think it was a little coincidental, maybe around the same time frame, but I don't think he was like, steroids, we're done. I mean, I could be wrong.
The article says otherwise, so I believe it.
Yeah, well,
you can't just print something.
Yeah, you can never put fake news out there, Greg, especially back then. It just didn't happen. Oh, gosh. Phil Mushnick is a piece of garbage. For people that don't know, like, the entire thing about the steroid story, Dr. Zahorian, I know I threw that name out there. He was the guy that didn't he get charged for passing out steroids?
Maybe?
I think he got charged. He was a dirty doctor that worked for the WWF, and he was giving steroids out. So, and I think all that's been proven in court, so I can say that legally without getting in trouble.